this is Bob Mason from FX Empire and welcome to the daily crypto tech review for Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin and Ripple's XRP. We'll be looking at the day's support, resistance and pivot levels and the moving averages. It is Friday the 3rd of March. Looking at Bitcoin against US dollar and the hourly candlesticks, bullish start to the day. Going to see Bitcoin avoid a fallback through the pivot at 56,583 to take a run at the first major resistance level, 57,324. Plenty of support from the broader market will be needed for a break back through to 57,000 levels. So barring an extended rally, expect that first major resistance level and yesterday's high at 57,390 to cap the upside. In the event of an extended rally, should see Bitcoin target 58,500 levels before any pullback. Second major resistance level sits at 58,131. Fallback through the pivot will bring the first major support level at 55,776 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Bitcoin should continue to avoid sub 55s. Second major support level at 55,035 should limit the downside. Looking at the EMAs, 50 has pulled back from the 200 and narrowed on the 100, suggesting a possible bearish cross this morning, so keep an eye on that. So key through the early part of the day, avoid a fallback through the pivot at 56,583 and move through to 57,000 levels to then target a return to 58,000 levels. Ethereum against US dollar, also positive start. Going to need to see Ethereum avoid a fallback through the pivot 4529 to take a run at the first major resistance level 4623. Support will be needed for a return to 4600 levels. So barring an extended rally, expect that first major resistance level and yesterday's high at 4637.39 to cap the upside. In the event of an extended rally, should see Ethereum target its all-time high of 4868 before any pullback. Second major resistance level sits at 4731. Fallback through the pivot would bring the first major support level at 4421 into play. Barring an extended sell on the day, Ethereum should also continue to avoid sub 4,300 levels. Second major support level at 4327 should limit the downside. Looking at the EMAs, 50 has narrowed on the 100 and the 200, but no immediate signs of a bearish cross. So key through the early part of the day would be to move through to 4,600 levels to then target 4,800 levels. Failure to do that would bring support levels into play. Looking at Litecoin against US dollar, relatively positive start. Going to see Litecoin move through the pivot at 205 to target a run at the first major resistance level at 209. Plenty of support is going to be needed for Litecoin to return to 209 levels. However, so barring an extended rally, expect that first major resistance level and yesterday's high at 210.29 to cap the upside. In the event of breakout, should see Litecoin target 220 before any pullback. Second major resistance level sits at 215. Failure to move through the pivot will bring the first major support level at 199 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Litecoin should avoid sub 195s. Second major support level at 195 should limit the downside. Looking at the EMAs, 50 has pulled back from the 200 and narrowed on the 100, so look out for a possible bearish cross there. The key would be to move through the pivot at 205 and break back through yesterday's high 210 to target 220s. Failure to do that and support levels will come into play. Looking at Ripple's XRP against US dollar, range bound start to the day. Going to see Ripple's XRP avoid a fallback through the pivot at 9735 to take a run at the first major resistance level at 9896. Plenty of support will be needed for Ripple's XRP to break back through to 0.98s. So barring an extended rally, expect that first major resistance level and yesterday's high at 0.99008 to cap the upside. In the event of breakout, should see Ripple's XRP target 1.03 levels before any pullback. Second major resistance level sits at 1.0062. Fallback through the pivot will bring the first major support level at 9568 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Ripple's XRP should avoid second major support level at 9407. Looking at the EMAs, 50 has pulled back from the 100 and the 200 after yesterday's bearish cross, so that's delivering a bearish signal. So key would be to avoid a fall back through the pivot at 9735 and break back through to 0.99 to then target a breakout from 1.00 levels. Failure to do that and support levels will be in play.